What up again?
We're mobile.
We are mobile.
I like this. All right, man. Well, thanks for doing this. Of course, we were just chatting about the record, and I'm sure you've been congratulated 1,000 times, but I'll add 1,000 in the first one. That #1 on iTunes is huge. And just how are you feeling, man?
Yeah. If you can see the sweat on my face now, I'm chasing the dream, man. Non-stop. I'm like really delirious from fighting and with my head and with my past album releases, just with all, you know what I'm saying, just trying to make a defiant leap.
Yeah. Well, I think, do you feel you've done that with the response to the weekend and the response to this first week? You feel like you've made that defiant leap?
I haven't seen it yet. As you can see, I'm just mobile and sweating
Okay.
and doing everything that I can to make the art what it is. But yeah, I'm sure that I have my time to soak it in and like see what the response is. But right now, I just gotta keep like horse blinders on.
Yeah.
We got a big goal this week. We got a big goal this week. We got to get #1.
#1 album?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get to some of the, the very people that are sending it up the charts. These are some of your biggest fans from around the world. They've sent in questions, and all of them are coming from MGK fans. Alicia_Laws92 says, which song took the longest to write? Does one stand out from the recording process?
Yeah, every song felt like 5 minutes to write, to be honest. Like every song on this album was instantaneous. And some weren't even written. Some of them were, even just my ex's best friend, like that being one of the lead singles off the album and one of the more popular hooks on the album. That was something that when Travis told me to scrap the original hook and try something new, I just went in and yeah, that was what came out of my head. Same with Lonely. Like Lonely was definitely like one of the hardest songs that I had to do. I mean, that probably was the hardest song. I cried when I was recording that. But the chorus was really powerful because it started off. I just told him to play the beat over and over again, and I was just gonna let my emotions kind of take the steering wheel, and I just was screaming random things, and then I caught that phrase, lonely, lonely, even when the room is full. And as soon as that came out, I like my gut like tensed up, and I felt whatever that is where you feel like your eyes like want to water and start letting those little things out. And I just kept repeating it and kept screaming it louder and louder, and we just pieced together that chorus from the screams like that I was doing in the booth. And I just remember, I left with like tears in my eyes, and it was just really therapeutic, that song in particular.
Yeah, like an athlete might say, you left it all on the field. You feel walking away from that recording, you left it all in the booth?
Absolutely, man. There's no question. Like, with the album in general, like even the title track, like that intro is so accurate to who I am as a person and like where I am at in my life with the people that are around me. And yeah, there's a lot of sad elements to the album, like reflecting back to it, because every time I start talking about it, my heart starts hurting. Like I really feel like my soul was chipped off a little bit and put onto this record, and I don't know if it's something I could ever get back. So that was like a true sacrifice to the world of art, which I feel very happy and confident about giving.
Right. With a song like Lonely, I can't imagine, it's such a vulnerable song, and to think that those words and that emotion and some of the audio that's on that song is now the world's to have. were you personally prepared to? Were you in a place where you were prepared to write that song, or did you need some encouragement from people you trust? Did anyone give you a little push in the back and say to take it there?
I think that song wrote itself as I was watching my father die in front of me. You know, like that was kind of just, if you're a musician or a songwriter, I mean, you write about pain, so I don't know what bigger pain there is other than losing, you know, like your last person that you know, that we're taught you can count on, which is like, you know, our parents. So saying goodbye to that piece of me was like, and saying goodbye that soon, it was just all, it's really hard for me to talk about. Just
Yeah.
to be honest. You know, I like that I'm driving so I can be distracted, but even that, it's really hard, dude. It makes me want to.
Totally, man.
But
I know I
think
speak
the
for your
one thing
fans,
I was
though.
encouraged. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, I know I speak for your fans that people have gone through things that you're talking about in this record, including Lonely, to appreciate you going through that pain and putting that on the record. And you know, if there is a silver lining to it, you know. But let's get to the next fan question. I think this is something new and exciting on the horizon for you. This comes from Bacon Benji Boobs. These usernames. What's good with you and Mod Sun's script? Anything you can update there?
Well, we're working on a short for the Tickets album now, actually, which we wrote a script for because I view the album almost as the same way that American Idiot with Green Day turned into a musical.
Nice. And did Mod do the cover?
He encouraged
me when you had to redo the artwork. Was Mod involved in that?
Yeah, he was involved with that. He basically told me. I texted him the morning after we attempted a different album cover reshoot, and I was like, I hate it. We need to redo it again. And he was like, all right, well, we'll think of something. And then he called me 2 hours later, and he was like, dude, the sky's burning in LA. There's ashes falling everywhere, and just like, it's yellow outside. Look out! Like we need to shoot this right now. And so he brought a camera over, and we were like, all right, well, we'll go down on Ventura Boulevard and find some outdoor stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to leave the house. And so I was in like a weird mood, and I like went in the backyard, and I was like, what about the pool? Like, what about right here? I like my pool is just like drained and gross. So I was like, this looks awesome. This looks like, he kept saying, Hollywood didn't go so well. That's like how it looked like. And it's kind of like it's such a testament to what the album is kind of about. You know, it's just like the downfall of all the things that you thought were good.
Totally.
So like even that, it's like there's this giant pool in the back of this mansion, but even that just couldn't be done right. It was just like, that got to be just like, fuck.
In terms of the aesthetic of the album, I mean, I know the fans appreciate, as do I, like how much thought you put into everything from the colors to like what you're talking with Mod and the cover. It's Han Art Prince asks, you had purple for Hotel Diablo and now pink for Tickets to My Downfall. Does your choice of color imagery affect the music at all? Like, what comes first? Do you have the music and that makes you think of a color, or vice versa?
Yeah, I think the color comes first. I think it's almost like the hue of whatever the studio lighting is or whatever clothes I'm wearing around that time end up becoming the mood. And so purple with Hotel Diablo is a little bit more seductive, and that's how I feel like that album was. It was like these deep crevices of my mind and stuff. And when you went into it at that point in time, the honest part of my mind was dark as fuck, and like extremely full of excess and all types of sex, drugs, and even the way we were recording, it was like binge recording for like days straight, as opposed to where me and Trav we would get in every day at a certain time, and you know, we would flow till it naturally like stopped, and then I would just like actually be like, okay, cool, I'll go home. But Hotel Diablo, I was like, no, I'm gonna stay up until it comes, and like this is just what it has to be until it's like, so I think the purple accentuated the like the luring temptations of everything, being like, come in. Whereas the Pink is like, you know, the Pink is so interesting because it's such a polarizing color. You know, you're like, I hate it that a guy is wearing pink, or I hate being a guy and that there's pink here. Like, it must mean it's this, which is exactly how people feel about me with like genres and all these other things.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that he's doing a different genre. And it's like, but you don't though. It's like Pink. It's like, you don't hate that color. You're told to hate all these things. And so, and I don't know if, without me wearing that pink outfit to the VMAs, that the VM is hard. To be honest, like I really feel like
Totally.
I feel like a quarter of the views at the VMAs was due to people being like, okay, I've seen the memes of the stupid pink outfit that Machine Gun Kelly wore. I have to participate in that, and like I have to tune in and add my hatred to that, and that is what makes it so beautiful. Everyone's kind of like, it polarizes people, and that's what good art is. It makes people feel like, I hate this or I love this, but at least you don't not feel something. Quote that.
Totally. Well, and I think in the same thing, kind of in the same breath of what you're talking about, right? Like, I feel that this whole album from the outside is the tearing down of this construct, this connotation that music might have of MGK being a rapper, being a particular artist, and that's what Pink is, right?
Yes.
The same exact thing.
Very true.
All right, 2 more questions, man, and then we'll let you get on out of here. Music Lover 09 says, so happy you have a song with Halsey on your album. How was it working with her?
Man, she literally walked in the studio. I think she was actually passing the studio, and I called her like, hey, you know, we wanted her on a different song actually, and I don't remember which one it was, but she was like, oh, I'm actually in the area, I can stop by. And yeah, I mean, she walked in and wrote her verse in what must have been 2 minutes, 3 minutes, went in the booth and started doing it at a lower register. And we were like, oh, this is sick. Like, I was just super stoked because it was our first song together out of the infinite years that we've, you know, been friends. But then she hit the high register voice. She was like, let me try something else. And she did the, I wasted so much. I can't do it. It's terrible. But like, blew my mind. I mean, like, it was so pop punk and so like true to the Paramore days that we loved. And like,
right.
That register that Hayley Williams would hit, and she's the one to do it in our generation. And I'm so grateful that it was on my song, and I'm also so grateful that we waited so long to do the perfect collaboration with each other.
Yeah.
So props to Halsey for being a goat of coming in and just ripping something and dipping in 20 minutes.
Did you guys? I mean, you said yourself, like, you've been friends for a while. You both have a real deep love of this music that is sort of like, you know, the inspiration behind the new album, the sound. Is that something you bonded over? Like, was there a particular band or song, like just you guys both being fans of like the Warped Tour years and things like that?
I think one of my favorite clips of me and her together has got to be when I was hosting emo night in Brooklyn, and me and her were just like on top of the DJ tables singing every song that came on together. I would have to go. I mean, dude, all of it. We love all of it. You know,
Yeah.
like, we're not unfamiliar with the whole catalog. So I mean, you can pretty much run anything from the year 2000 to 2005, and we'll nail every lyric.
Stuff.
So that runs deep in us for sure. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying, if there was someone to get that torch and carry it on, like, she's the one.
Hell yeah. All right, final question here. This comes from Machine Gun Kelly fan page. Is the rap album you're talking about Hotel Diablo Deluxe, or is it something else and new?
Well, all those plans are up in the air right now because remember those quarantine sessions I did? It's like those have to find a home somewhere. So, I mean, eventually I would like to see those on streaming platforms.
Totally.
I don't have a definitive album or answer for that, but that is because I released a different album 2 days ago. So maybe we'll just focus.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you love that when fans, you give them a whole freaking album and then they're like, when's the new music coming out?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, maybe we just like wait like 3 more weeks or some months maybe until we ask about the new one. But I don't know. I'm just going to fix my downfall.
Exactly, man. Well, congratulations again on the success, dude, and fingers crossed for #1 next week. And we appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, thank you so much, bro. I love y'all. Thank you for the fans for asking us questions. Thank you, dude, for asking about. Was that your question with the colors, or am I just giving you that credit?
I'll take the credit. It was like half my question.
Okay, yeah. I dig that.
All right, man. See ya.
All right, late.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications from radio.com. While you're at it, why don't you check out some of our other great videos.